It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Complete.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 21.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Sony Michel, his first carry. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sony Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game.
You go tight. 20. You got tight right there. Check 37.
Following the penalty, Michel. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 12 at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
Mike 58 right there. Rip right. Watch out.
On the handoff, it's Michel. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And 12.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
5-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Raven 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Garoppolo's pass brought down just shy of the goal line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Patriots 3. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Newton on first down. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, here's Newton. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Gun. Mike 55, Mike 55. 8. You must be dreaming. Check 31, check 31. 8. Switch.
3rd and long. It's Newton. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
On the coverage.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Dobbins, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, He somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going for it with Dobbins. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
At their own.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap, and again to Dobbins. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Nick Folk.
How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
For Baltimore.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
And a Raven first down.
Here we go.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
17 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Garoppolo now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Dobbins, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the 2nd quarter as they take the lead. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But
he's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Newton. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gun, gun, gun. Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll go again with Dobbins and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now a 1,000-yard rusher season to go. It's Mark Ingram. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 38-yard line.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Hey, gun, gun. 54, one, Omaha. 54.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Duggar brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
3rd and long. It's Garoppolo. And he's got Snead. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Carry for Baltimore.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Ravens 28, Patriots 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Cam going to swing this out wide to Edelman. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We're back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Newton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, we had to throw it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's John Simon with a sack.
Hey, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Now a pass here, caught by Edelman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 43-yard line.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 48, Mike 48. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 20. Safety's creeping. Safety's creeping.
A give. This is Michelle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4 yards. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Greg, watch the whip.
Here's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Keelan Cole, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots get a score closer. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
65.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
Turnover on downs.
The Pats at the line ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Patriots